Hi FlossTube friends, this is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Tuesday, June 27th at approximately 10 after 10 p.m. Eastern Time, coming to you today with a FlossTube update. This video is actually going to be kind of a Camp GottaStitch wrap-up and also an Origins game fair, board game convention overview and wrap-up. Had a busy couple of weeks. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for stopping by. Hopefully you'll find something here that will enable you or encourage you to try something new if you are new to cross stitch. And hopefully you'll get some inspiration on some different things that you can get into. If you're a returning watcher, thank you very much for stopping back by. It's always great to spend time with friends here in the YouTube Floss cross stitch arena. And hopefully you'll enjoy this video and keep coming back for more. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming back. It's always great to spend time with old friends, and hopefully this time will be no different for you. So I encourage you, this video might be a little bit on the long side because I have a couple extras to throw in here for Camp GottaStitch wrap-up and also Origins Game Fair board game convention that my husband and I went to this past weekend. So this might be a little extra. I do plan on talking about some stitchy stuff. But anyway, if you're a new watcher and you have not yet subscribed, I encourage you to click the subscription button below and also click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload new content. My content's been coming roughly about every 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes every 4 to 5 weeks, just depending on how busy my life gets. These past 2 weeks and 2 weekends have been super busy, so this is kind of a wrap-up of all of the things going on in my life and some new things and new things to me. So sit back, relax, grab yourself something to drink, grab your stitchy project if you're still doing that, grab your diamond painting, grab your punch needle, grab whatever craft or whatever item you are working on right now, and sit back and enjoy the show. Give me just a little bit. I have to put a little chapstick on, so bear with me just a minute. All right, we got my chapstick on. Everything's good. I use Carmex. That is my typical chapstick of choice, but I also have a bunch of soft lip stuff. I have a ton of these little Hello Kitty soft lips chapsticks in various flavors. I probably have about 20 of them floating around. But anyway, getting back to my video. So first thing I'm going to talk to you tonight is Camp GottaStitch. So the weekend before this past weekend, that would have been June 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th, Mom and I headed to Berlin, Ohio, which is Amish country here in kind of northeast Ohio. And we headed to Camp GottaStitch, which is the stitching retreat hosted by my local needle workshop here in Columbus, crsmyhrtlt Limited. They put on a cross-stitching retreat every year up in Amish country. They've been doing it for 20-some years, and this year they changed the date. It used to be in the fall, October, November, up in Berlin, Ohio, but this year they moved it to June. Now, initially, Mom and I were not going to be able to go to Camp GottaStitch because the weekend was supposed to be this past weekend, which is the same weekend as Origins Game Fair, which is a board game convention held here in Columbus, Ohio, that my husband and I go to every year. So last year at camp in November, or October rather, they announced the dates for Camp GottaStitch, and they were changing the dates to June this year. Well, mid-May, Jenny, one of the owners of crsmyhrtlt, gave me a call and said there was a little snafu with the dates of Camp GottaStitch, and it was actually going to be held the weekend before the original dates that they had stated from last year. And she was wondering if there was a chance that Mom and I could go. So Dylan and I had a little talk, and we figured out some finances, and we were able to, Mom and I were able to register for Camp GottaStitch. So we went to Camp GottaStitch the weekend of June 16th, 17th, 18th, and we stayed overnight on Sunday to Monday the 19th, which is Juneteenth here in Columbus. I did have Monday off already because of the Juneteenth holiday that my company gives us off. So we were able to stay Sunday night in Amish country and enjoy Camp GottaStitch. So that being said, I'm going to kind of stop right here. Mom and I kind of recorded a few things while we were at camp, and I'm going to go ahead and insert that stuff and the pictures and whatnot that I took from camp here.
Hi everybody.
Hi.
We're here and we're headed to Camp GottaStitch. So we're looking forward to the weekend and having a stitching retreat. Tina's doing all the driving. She knows where she's going. I don't.
Yeah, we're almost in Johnstown, Ohio, which isn't too far from Columbus. We're heading up to Berlin, Ohio,
which is Amish country.
Yeah. So we stopped at Sheetz to get coffee, and we're heading up to Berlin, Ohio. Hi. And there's not much traffic out today. It's a little overcast and a little cool. But the retreat technically starts at 6 o'clock tonight. Well, technically 6:03 because they're weird that way and they don't start right at 6. But, so we're heading up to Amish country. We've got about an hour and a half drive or so to get up there. It's 10:20 right now, so we're going to get up there a little bit before noon. And we're going to find someplace Amish style for lunch. And I'm going to hopefully be doing a little bit of shopping before we check into the hotel at 3.
Uh-huh.
So, hopefully it'll be really good.
Yep. Really looking forward to it.
How many camps have you been to?
This is my 3rd or 4th.
Okay. What do you like best about camp?
Well, you meet a lot of interesting people and you get to see what everybody's doing and what they've done, if they've finished anything, and it really is a lot of fun. And like I said, you meet new people. And you meet old friends.
Yep. All right, well, we'll be checking in with you probably a few times throughout the weekend, so we'll see you soon. I'm going to get to driving, so we'll be back in a bit. So during this part of the video, I have to kind of talk over it because the music on the radio, we could get flagged for copyright violation. But anyway, so Mom and I are driving past the store up to the hotel on the hill. So hi everybody, this is Tina Frazier coming to you from Berlin, Ohio. We're in Amish country for the Cross My Heart Camp GottaStitch Retreat Weekend. Yes, it's the same weekend as StitchCon Weekend B, but Mom and I just pulled into the Berlin Grand Hotel and we're getting ready to check in, and the retreat officially opens at 6 o'clock tonight. I think it's just a little bit before 3, but it's nice and breezy out, a little overcast, not too cold, but yeah, so you can tell it's a little breezy. So we're kind of, you're not going to be able to see this, but we're kind of up the hill in Amish country. So you kind of come up this way. This is the restaurant right here. You come up the hill. But anyway, we're at the Berlin Grand Hotel here in Amish country for the weekend for Camp GottaStitch. So look forward to seeing you and talking with you a little bit more. Anyway, like I said, we're going to check in and get our stuff into the hotel and then kind of relax for a bit. And I will see you soon. Bye. So hi, it's Tina Frazier coming to you from Berlin, Ohio for Camp GottaStitch 2023. We are here for the Cross My Heart Limited annual stitch retreat here in Amish country up in Berlin, Ohio. We're at the Berlin Grand Hotel. I'm going to be taking you inside these doors. This is where the stitching room is for Camp GottaStitch. Yes, it's the same weekend as StitchCon Weekend B, but I am not attending StitchCon Weekend B. I also wasn't going to attend Camp GottaStitch because originally last year, during last year's camp in November, they announced that the dates were supposed to be next weekend, which happens to be Origins Game Fair, the board game convention that my husband and I go to every year. So, sometime in mid-May, I got a call from Jenny, one of the owners of Cross My Heart, letting me know there was a date change for Camp GottaStitch, and she asked me if I thought I could attend this year because of the date change, because she knew that last year I said I couldn't attend because I was already booked for next weekend. So, my husband and I did a little talking, we did a little finagling, and Mom and I are here for Camp GottaStitch. So, we're in Berlin, Ohio. This is the side of the Berlin Grand Hotel. This is the hotel we're staying at. Mom and I are on the 3rd floor, which is up here and around the corner to the front. So this is kind of what the side looks like. We're in Amish country, Ohio. It's a little overcast, a little cool, and there is a breeze blowing. You can see my hair blowing in the breeze. So without further ado, I'm actually going to walk you into going into where the stitch room is for Camp GottaStitch in Berlin Grand Hotel. Alright, so this is the door, the side door leading into the main Camp GottaStitch area. So you're going to see Mom sitting here. There's Mom. Would that be the same as 5, maybe? That's what I wondered. I wanted to kind of compare because I didn't have any. Welcome to Camp GottaStitch 2023. And 12 is kind of thinner, I think. So you come over here and you can pick up your bags. Oh, thank you. I have to redo it. It was dark purple. It's, you can see here it's growing out. Yeah. Oh, and we lightened my hair. So this was what my hair color was when I was little. So these are the retreat bags. And here's mine. Yay. I like the needle minder, the camping needle minder, and it says the adventure begins. It's a little knapsack. These are really cute. And then this is some of our stitching stuff for the day. Are you excited?
Yes.
What are you excited about?
Stitching in the food.
Stitching in the food and the fellowship. It's going to be a small retreat this year, but that's okay. We're just going to span the room a little bit. There's a few of us here waiting. They open the stitching room, which is behind those doors, at 6:03. Yes, they chose 6:03 because it's random.
Because it's what?
Random. And that way it doesn't start right at the hour. So, but anyway, this is the door I came in. If you go through these double doors, that is towards the hotel rooms that everybody's staying at. And then this is outside to the side. But you can see the Berlin water tower there. And those are actually homes that people live in. And there's a comfort suites over that way. My car is kind of parked over here. But yeah, so we are getting ready for Stitching in the Springs retreat. I'm going to walk you back this way towards the back of the hotel so you can see. I'm going to actually take you around to the other side of the stitching room to show you. So there's a lot of stuff going on. That is like the wedding venue down at the bottom of the hill. A little open door here on the side. Oh, okay, so that's the stitching room. A couple people are already there. Coming around, coming around. Coming around, coming around. This is the back of the Berlin Grand Hotel. They have a venue down there for weddings and receptions and whatnot. When we were here in November, there was a wedding going on down there all weekend. And then this is the back entrance of the hotel. So there is the back entrance of the hotel that goes into the main door between the two red umbrellas, goes into the main lobby. And just off our stitching room, we have this nice little patio area that we can come in and enjoy. Unfortunately, they moved the fire pit. The fire pit used to be here under the patio, but the fire pit is now over here where these Adirondack style chairs are. So you can see the fire pit. But there's a nice little courtyard back here with access to the inside and also access to the stitching room. They're probably going to hate me, but we have two doors from the stitching room that can access the patio. And I'm going to try and peek. So you can see some of the stitching stuff set up. So yeah. Okay. And then this is more door to the stitching room. So you can see some of the tables are set up. You can see, sorry, I'm trying not to get some of the glare. You can see some of the stitching tables set up. So yeah, we have the stitching room. And walking out this way, again towards the back. I don't have a gimbal or anything, so you'll get the full shakiness of my thing. You can probably hear the breeze that's going on right now. But Mom and I are in room 311, which is just off of the main elevators from the lobby. There is an elevator back by the stitching room. But we are here to enjoy Camp GottaStitch and really looking forward to it. All right, so there is our, hopefully we'll get in soon. All right, see you guys after a bit. They have opened the doors.
Next table here. Right there. Where's your chair?
So I'm going to try and pick up my stuff. Alright, I'll be back.
Those are so cute, by the way. These are darling. Yes. So cute. Yeah, me too. Absolutely. Bags. How fun. Bags. Yeah.
And the sign got knocked over. I don't know if you know.
I love that.
Yay! Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a bag back there.
That's mine. Yeah, I'll be back for it.
You choose a table, Tina.
Huh? You pick.
You don't need to do anything for me. I've got it covered at this point.
There's Kathy and Betsy. Do you have people over there?
No, it's just me.
Okay. I'll come over this way.
The frog's bothering me. Will you please take it?
This is Kathy. She's one of the ladies that works at Cross My Heart. Hope you don't mind being on video.
Oh, well, whatever.
Hey, thanks, Jenny. This is Jenny. She's one of the other ladies that owns Cross My Heart.
Hi there.
You're on video.
We got lost a couple times.
Hope you don't mind.
That's all right.
Oh, yay. Oh, are they cutting fabric? Oh, look at the bags. They have the bags. Stitching stuff going on over here. Hi, everybody. Hi, Renee.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
to
How are
see
you?
How you
Good to see you
feeling?
too. Pretty good.
Good. Life treating you all right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
sort of. We'll go with that.
Family.
I get ya. Yeah, we're sitting over there with Kathy.
Oh, okay, the lady in blue.
Yep.
Yeah, I wonder what they special. Yeah.
So we have fabric. Look at all this fabric. Beautiful fabric. Look at this Weeks Dye Works red fabric. It's showing up really bright red. It's not really that dark or that bright. Buy it all, Mom.
Buy it all, huh?
More stuff to buy. Look at all this stuff to buy. Look at all these patterns. Lots of shopping to do this weekend.
All right, I've seen like 5 things already. I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Same.
I'm Chris. I don't remember your name.
I'm Tina.
Tina. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And
I
that's
knew
my
you were here
mom,
last year.
Edith.
Oh, hi, Edith. It's nice mother-daughter weekend.
And there's more stuff over here. It looks like some Fireside Originals designs over here. Little Fireside Originals trunk show here. So, those of you that know, this is the Fireside Originals trunk show. That's exactly what it is. Those of you that know the owners of Cross My Heart, Carol Grant is the designer and owner of Fireside Originals, and these are the pieces that she has designed. So, she also makes these really nice salt cellar needle holders. They're little felted balls that she puts into some antique salt cellars. So she has these for sale. If you're interested in some, I can probably pick a couple up for you if you're interested, or I can put you in touch with the shop. They can get you prices and everything on the salt cellars. But these are some of the patterns that Carol Grant has designed over the years. Look at this American horse. And this gate, look at the gate. The gate is beautiful. And she's got the fabric here as well. This fabric was specially designed for her. So you can get the fabric for that. The fabric is painter's threads fabric. So she also has this rainbow gate, or stained glass, I guess is what it would be called. And then she has this other gate. And then this other stained glass that's kind of reminiscent of the church. I can't think of it, the church. But anyway, so this is Carol Grant's little trunk show for Fireside Originals.
Everybody loves plaid sheets. Yeah. These are discount coupons. If you are not planning on going, please don't take one. But if you are planning, they want you to use this. Then there are quite.
And they're just for this weekend.
They're only for this weekend for those. There are some other coupons that are over here, and I'm going to lay them over on this table over here. They are for a variety of quilting and sewing things. I know some of you might be interested. These do not expire until the date's printed on them. But we ask that you, if you really think you might want one, please take it. If not, let me give them back to them so they're not throwing out stuff that is given to them by these different vendors. So there's like 5 different ones here.
So this is our room. We're in room 311. We're kind of over, basically the third floor up on the lobby. Sorry about the empty thing, but this is our room. Nice little kitchen area with a microwave, coffee maker, refrigerator, little eating nook. We have beds. Yeah, Mom and I slept in them. Sorry, they're kind of messy. The nice thing is this room is one of the rooms that has a balcony. So we have a little balcony that you can sit at and look outside. That's our view this morning. It's Saturday of Camp GottaStitch here in Berlin, Ohio. That's our view out our window. That awning that you see is the front entrance of the hotel. So we're literally right above the front desk. Then you come over here to the little seating area. Mom has her laptop out. You have another view of the front of the hotel. Out the window. Again, there's the entrance. And then you can see all the way over there. There is, if you look down here, there's a grocery store at this white building down here. So you can totally tell we're in Amish country. Oops, sorry about that. Look at all the Amish buggies. Sorry. There's Amish buggies. It's a grocery store. Essentially, it's a really cool little grocery store. But yes, you can see the Amish people coming and going in the morning on their morning business. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed the little videos and stuff that I took while we were at camp. So, speaking of camp, the theme for camp this year was The Adventure Awaits. So when we showed up at the entrance to camp, we had these little swag bags called The Adventure Begin. Let the adventure begin. And these little swag bags had some snacks and stuff and our itinerary for Camp GottaStitch for the weekend. So, throughout the weekend, so when you sign up for Camp GottaStitch, oh, that's something that I got. All right. Just making sure that most of the stuff that I have is here. All right. So when you sign up for Camp GottaStitch, in your registration, you indicate whether you're an Aida stitcher, Ada, or a linen stitcher, and they base your camp stitching kits. Yes, you did get free kits through the weekend. They base your camp stitching kits on what kind of fabric you select when you register for camp. I always pick linen. Mom picks Aida. And so anyway, we showed up. The bags had our itinerary in them. They don't have the itinerary, but I have stuffed my bag full of all the kits and notions and whatnot that we got at camp. So I will show you these now. So in our camp bag, there were these little passport books, my passport, little room for your name and address, and then this had some of the itinerary stuff for what was happening at camp. So check-in began at 3 p.m. The Adventure Begins room opens at 6:03. Dinner is catered by Exclusively Yours Catering at 6:30. And the rest of the evening on Friday was stitching orientation and fun. Saturday's itinerary. Doors, the stitching room opened at 8 a.m. Breakfast closes at 9:30 at the hotel. It actually closes at 10. Lunch is on your own, and dinner is at the Farmstead, which is a family-style Amish buffet restaurant down at the bottom of the hill from the hotel at 5:30. And the rest of the day is full of stitching, fun, and friends. And then on Sunday, the Sunday itinerary, the doors again opened at 8 a.m. Breakfast at the hotel ended at 10. And if you're leaving on Sunday, checkout time is 11 o'clock. You can stay for stitching. Sunday lunch is delivered from Troyer's Market. We had sandwiches and whatnot. And Sunday dinner was East of Chicago Pizza Company. So that was the itinerary. The stitching room, we had the stitching room all weekend, from Friday until Monday morning, essentially. Everybody kind of ducked out of the room by about 10 o'clock Sunday night. We were all just a little tired. So Mom and I just kind of went back up to the room and hung out a little bit. And I called my husband every night. And then, you know, we were in the stitching room until midnight, a little after, maybe 1 o'clock. And kind of hung out and did some stitching and whatnot. And then the rest of the booklet here was just pretty much for notes and stuff you can take. So these little passports were in our stitching bag. All right, so all of my little kits and whatnot that we got were there. One of the ladies that I know, she had some of this Stitcher's lotion. She had the unscented kind. She wasn't using it anymore. She was no longer using it because she is using some other product that is a prescription product for her hands. So she gifted me the rest of her unscented Stitcher's lotion, which is really good because this stuff is actually pretty good. I can get this from my local needlework shop. They actually carry this stuff on hand quite a bit, and I have about 3 or 4 scents of this. Now I have the unscented one, which is really good too. It's a non-greasy stitching lotion with aloe vera. So if you can, look up the Stitcher's lotion at your Notion store. See if, there we go. Non-greasing hydrating cream with aloe vera. So that was really nice. So, like I said, at Camp GottaStitch, we normally get stitching kits. So, that is some haul. All right. So, the kits, like I said, are usually themed for the weekend. This weekend was The Adventure Begins. It was all about travel. So, we got these postcards. This one is really cute. This is called Rome, America. This is this is what it looks like Rome America. That is actually the stitching kit. This is by Open Road Abode Needleworks out of Westerville, Ohio. And the pattern is actually on this other side of the postcard. And so the kit that I got came with this natural piece of natural linen and Weeks Dye Works cotton in Independence. So it's a red, white, and blue. So you can imagine the Rome America. It's actually that, but it's stitched. All the black is stitched. And the model was stitched using the Weeks Dye Works Independence on the natural fabric. Can't show you the other side of the postcard, but anyway, we did get the Rome America little stitching project. This was one of our kits for the weekend. I don't have these in any particular order of when we got them. This one was in the little star bag, and it had my name on it. They labeled all the kits this year with everybody's name to make it easier to pass out. Instead of having just stacks of Beta and stacks of linen kits, they put everybody's name on it so they could ensure that you got the kits that were created just for you. All right. That is haul. That is haul. That is haul. All right. So one of the next kits, this is kind of a picture of the mountain in Colorado. That was the inspiration for this next kit that we got at camp. Now, granted, all of these kits are free. These kits are part of your camp registration. So Carol Grant, one of the owners of Cross My Heart, is also the owner of Fireside Originals. And this one is called Long's Peak. It is a mountain in Colorado. The design was by Rosemary McAllister, but it's an older pattern that was created by Rosemary from a long time ago. Carol told me the story of it, but anyway, I will show you the information for it. Here is the information for it. Is Fireside Originals 782A Long's Peak, designed by Rosemary McAllister. And this is the inspiration, the picture. That is actually Long's Peak in Colorado. So this kit is, you will be stitching Long's Peak, essentially this, as a cross-stitch picture. And we got the linen. It's kind of a light blue linen. It's kind of a pale blue linen. And then we've got the floss colors for the kit. Long's Peak, Fireside Originals. These are the colors and the flosses and the fabric for the kit. You should have more. We should have more than enough to stitch these. So hopefully sometime soon I will be getting to some of these smaller kits. I will. I've been kind of collecting these kits from camp for a little while. So hopefully another short bit of time I will be working on the smalls kits from camp to get some of them completed. So that was the second kit that we got. The third kit came in this little frog goodie bag. This third little kit is for a pattern by Shepherd's Bush. We were given bear with me just a minute. I have to dig it out. Oh, where did it go? Oh, it's on the floor. There it is. There it is. Ah. As I roll over it. Sorry about that. So this next kit, we were given the Shepherd's Bush. This is the Travel Trifles by Shepherd's Bush. The one that they had kitted up for us is this one here, is this top one here, the Joy of Travel. Joy in the Journey is the way what it's listed as in the chart. I do believe they did say that you do have enough fabric to potentially do all 3 charts in this. This is London, and this is just a generic. Well, this is London. This is just a generic scene, but the one that they kitted specifically for camp was the Joy of the Journey, Joie du Voyage. And it is Paris because it's got the Eiffel Tower in it. But anyway, we were given the cream linen. This is a piece of cream linen. And we were also given the floss for it. So this was the other kit that we were given. So this is for Joie de Voyage, the joy of the journey. So that was the third kit that we got for the weekend. We also were given the little teeny Jabco heart. I don't know if you can see that. It's a real tiny little heart button. So that goes on Joie de Voyage. All right. So that was the third little kit that we were given for camp. The fourth little kit that we were given for camp came in these little pouches. And we got, this is from Summer House Stitchworks. This is called Postcards from the Heart. And this is voyage number 2. So it's the little, it's the little ship with the finishing stuff and some of the finishing instructions. So we have the little piece of perforated paper to stitch the compass, the little finishing dial for the compass, and then we have the fabric for the ship, and also the floss that we were given. This is Weeks Dye Works Fathom. It's a deep blue, and also this little piece of gold DMC floss, I believe, to do the little compass face, the directional compass face on the perforated paper. But this is the little finishing compass face that they gave us for it. And I did pick up, I believe that's what this is for. I did pick up, yes I did, the backer board and the burlap. They had extra to finish it off, kind of very similar to that. So you can see down here at the bottom, there's burlap. So I got the burlap and the backer board to finish this little postcard. So that was the fourth kit that we got from camp. Looking forward to stitching that. That was really cute. The backer board and the burlap were extra. The fifth kit that we got this year, I don't think I've taken this one out. Okay, yes, I did take this one out. This pattern is from Mosey and Me, 1998. The designer behind Mosey and Me, he passed away. He was He passed away. He was on one of those shows, those designer shows where they renovate your houses. He passed away not that long ago. And this is a pattern of theirs called Itty Bitty Stars and Moon. And there's stars and a moon, and it says dream on it. So they gave us this is a piece of opalescent linen. So you can see the shining, the little shininess on there. And the floss colors to stitch it. Itty Bitty Stars and Moon by Twisted Threads and Mosey and Me. So that was the 5th kit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that was the 5th kit that we got this weekend during camp. All right. And then the 6th kit that we got for the weekend came in this little teeny little bee bag in Summer Beach theme. This one was super cute. And I think this was the biggest pattern and the biggest stitch piece that was there. I will be putting the pictures of the finished models of our pieces in after I get done showing you these. This is by Just Another Button Company. This is called Heat Wave, and it's a little weather vane pattern. And we got look at these Jabco buttons, you guys. Look at those. The crow and the frog and the sand dollar, the sun, the watermelon, and the beach ball. Those are just stinking cute. So we got the kind of light blue weather vane fabric. And then we got the flosses to stitch. And of course we got the buttons to go on them. So all of these came with the pattern. And I can show you this. This is what it's called. Heat Wave, Just Another Button Company, Jabco. Okay. So these were the kits that we got with our camp fee. So there were 6 kits altogether that we got for the weekend. And then we had the opportunity to finish them. So I will actually put pictures of the finishes for all of the camp pieces that are the camp kits that we got here. All right. So at camp, I did pick up a few things as haul. On Friday, when Mom and I got into Berlin, we had a couple of hours to kill to pass before we were able to check into the hotel. So at the corner, at the main corner in downtown Berlin, there is a little diner that's attached to an antique mall. So Mom and I, we went down the road to Koblenz Chocolate first, and we got some chocolate at the chocolate shop there. It was really good chocolate, really great. I recommend that you go there if you're in Berlin, Ohio, in Amish country. Really neat place to stop. But we stopped at the Plain and Simple Diner in Berlin, Ohio, and then I wandered around the antique shop. Didn't really see much of the antique shop that I ended up buying. But anyway, there was a small trunk show shop area set up at Camp GottaStitch, and I picked up a couple of different things. One of the first things I picked up was the Itch to Stitch. This is October House Fiber Arts. This is a skinny mini pattern. I thought this was really cute. I'm probably going to stitch this as a pillow, little pillow like that. The Itch to Stitch, so it can go in my double. This is stitch count 125 by 30, stitched on 36 count cream and sugar linen by Fiber on a Whim. The finished size is approximately 6 3/4 by 1 5/8. And it calls for Classic Colorworks and Weeks Dye Works threads. So the Itch to Stitch, I picked that up. So that is one of the pieces that I am going to hopefully stitch. Gotta put this back in here with that. The weather vane pattern is probably the pattern, the small that I'm going to stitch up first. I just thought that is so cute. It's such a cute pattern. One of the ladies that works at Cross My Heart, who was attending Camp GottaStitch as a camper, Melanie, she is a pretty good friend of mine. She also does geocaching. I'm a geocacher. Geocaching is using GPS technology to find hidden Tupperware in the woods. So she had ordered some stuff, and they had brought some of her order from the shop for her to pick up. And she had, in her order were some Mill kits that she already had on hand or that she didn't want. So instead of taking them back to the shop, the ladies running Camp GottaStitch put them on the stitching tables or the shop tables to sell. So I picked up this Jim Shore Mill kit. I got the gnome with the tree. So it has all the stuff in it that you need. So this was a new to me purchase at camp. I also picked up Firework Kisses by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Cute little quick stitch. This one is stitched, I think. This one, the model is stitched on linen, but they showed it, the model on a table was stitched on perforated paper and kind of backed this very same way on a small little clipboard. But the flosses used in this are DMC flosses. But you could probably swap it out for any variegated. It calls for 5 colors of DMC. I thought this would be a really cute patriotic stitch. I don't have too many patriotic stitch things, so that was really cute. And then one of the other things they had, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this stuff. There's a out of the 2019 Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments magazine. I don't think I have my Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments thing here, but there is, on page 82, there is a pattern called Snow Days. And it's a very colorful snowman. So they had little kits made up. They had the little kits made up. 32 count hand-dyed linen, backing fabric, rickrack thread, and needle. So we have the backing fabric and the rickrack. We also have the Weeks Dye Works thread. And this is the different Weeks Dye Works colors and threads that were called for. And also this came with Tiffany teal, like the fabric. So it's 32 count hand dye linen. I pick up this kit. It's a really cute snowman kind of fun little summery kit that I picked up that I thought would be a really cute fun stitch for the holidays. So that was my haul from Camp GottaStitch. Also, one of the things that we got in our bags was a scissor fob that had a little travel charm. Mine happens to have an airplane on it, but it was these rainbow scissor fobs that everybody was given one of these rainbow scissor fobs. And they also had from Dinky Dyes these rainbow scissors that you could purchase. So I went ahead and purchased the rainbow scissors from Dinky Dyes so I could attach my rainbow scissor fob to my rainbow scissors. Yes, June is Pride Month. That's one of the reasons why I picked up the rainbow scissors. So I could attach my rainbow scissor fob to my rainbow scissors. So that is my rainbow scissor for June and Pride Month. And this is the information from the Dinky Dyes. It's the rainbow DDSC89 rainbow. Dinky Dyes. Dinky Dyes scissors. Carol Grant from Cross My Heart. Late Sunday night, she was passing out some things, some additional little gifts to a couple of us that were in the stitching room kind of late on Sunday night after most everybody else had either left to go home or left to go back up to their room because they were all tired. One of the things that she gifted me was this little teeny project bag that's more the size of a small notions pouch. But this is one of Carol's bags. Carol actually sewed this and put it together. Really pretty fabric. Really nice inside fabric as well. And inside is a small little kit that is really, really pretty. I don't have a picture of it, but there were 2 pieces of fabric in it. And this is called a Pocket Full of Stitches. It's a Fireside Originals chart designed by Carol Grant, circa 2014. So here it is, a pocket full of stitches. It does use two specialty stitches potentially for it, but essentially you use it and you can make backing fabric. So we got a little bit of rickrack to finish it and the floss to stitch. So we have the backing fabric and also that. She gives you finishing instructions on the back. So you can make a zipper or scissor fob finishing instruction. So she gives you the finishing instructions for that. So that's another neat little kit that Carol gave me from Cross My Heart. She is the owner behind Fireside Originals. So I'm very happy to now own this little Project Notions bag from Carol. And we were also given a little bag of specialty fibers from Painter's Thread Collection. This is Painter's Thread Collection. We were given 2 colors of floss, and these are Painter's Threads. Carol Grant uses Painter Threads fabric for some of her stained glass type patterns. So we were gifted this little metallic green and also this kind of autumn kind of color. And this is Tentaculum, and it is Painter's Thread. This one is called Mac, and it's made in Germany. So this one is called Cezanne. It's a braided metallic, made in Germany. So these were the 2 colors that we got. Also from Carol, so that was really nice. I don't have any of the Painter's Threads, nor do I have any of the fabric, but some of the Fireside Originals patterns are stitched on the Painter's Threads fabric that are specially dyed for some of her patterns. She has like a Halloween gate that's in a very pretty orangish kind of Halloween color thing. So that actually wraps up my Camp GottaStitch haul and whatnot for you. Didn't get a whole lot there, but I did have a whole lot of fun. Mom and I had a blast. They have not yet announced when camp for next year is going to happen, but it's probably going to be sometime in June again. So it really depends on when they get the contract and everything negotiated with the hotel, when camp will be for next year. So I will keep you posted on how you can get in touch with Cross My Heart about Camp GottaStitch for next year, and I'll let you know when they've announced the dates for the events. So that is it. Camp GottaStitch was a lot of fun. Had a blast. I didn't do a whole lot of stitching at camp. I only got about 700 stitches or so, give or take, during camp. So the pieces that I worked on, I only worked on 2 pieces at camp. The main piece that I worked on, and I was hoping to get this finished at camp, but I didn't work on it long enough to finish it, was my Progress Pride flag. I did get the red finished, so the red is all the way finished. But I was hoping to finish the rest of this at camp, but I did not get a finish on it. I may be able to get it finished this week. I do not know. But I did work on Progress Pride Flag. This is by MI Studio Creates on Etsy. I don't remember where I got this Pride needle minder at. This was a button that I had picked up at Joann's, a set of buttons that I put magnets on. So this is one of my own magnets. But this is the Progress Pride Flag by MI Studio Creates. I can show you. The printout. So this is the pattern. MI Studio Create. Progress Pride Flag. I plan on adding some words to the bottom of this, I think. I'm going to put safe place here. We're allies. My husband and I are allies. And we believe that, you know, if you've come out to your family and they no longer accept you, you have a family at our house. So you're more than welcome to come stay with us if you need it. So anyway, I'm going to put the words probably safe place or somehow incorporate that sentiment on my Progress Pride Flag when I get closer to finishing. There was one of these that I saw where in white over towards this end of the flag, in white, it said, "Everyone is welcome here." And had I not already finished the red, I probably would have left the letters in white and said the same sentiment on this flag. But I think I'm just going to use the words safe place down here. And then I'm probably going to be turning this into a pillow at some point and putting it in either on our mantle or on our bookcase in the living room or someplace prominent that I can display it. But yeah, this is my Progress Pride Flag. It's coming along. I only have 5 colors to finish. Don't have much to go on the orange and everything like that. I'm stitching this 1/1 on 22 count white Hardanger fabric. I am finding that 22 count Hardanger I'm loving stitching on because I can use one strand and don't have to worry about laying my threads. So anyway, this was the first piece that I worked on. I worked on this Friday night and some on Sunday. I did have a new start for camp. On Saturday, I decided to do a new start. I took Pattern Cats by Doreen Jones with me. I decided that I was going to stitch the set of 3 cats. There's 2 in the series. There's one with 2 cats kind of leaning the other way, same sort of design. I picked this up off of her Etsy shop. I have this in Pattern Keeper, but this is the printed copy. And I did a start on this. I had a piece of hand-dyed 22 count Hardanger fabric in pink that I took out, and I kind of gridded it. I gridded the fabric. And I have this start here. So this is the upper corner up here with the circle. So you can see that. That is all the farther I've gotten. I put 208 stitches in on this. Again, this is on 28 count Hardanger, so I was stitching 1/1 full cross. And you can see I put the grid lines in so it would be easier for me to stitch. But that is all the bigger it would be. I forgot to say, I did purchase this set of 11 by 11 Q-snaps at camp to use for this project, so I wouldn't have to worry about moving my projects on and off over the weekend. So this is a new 11 by 11 Q-snap that I did purchase at the shop at camp. Also, the felt that's on here, I usually use pieces of felt between my Q-snap clamps and the fabric on my Q-snaps, just so the Q-snap clamps don't put holes in the fabric and don't damage the cross-stitch fabric. But on Saturday, for a little bit of time. I did a little bit of shopping on Saturday on my own after Mom and I headed out for lunch. In the area, there's a couple of different fabric shops that are Amish fabric shops, and I went to Zinks, I believe is what it was called. Huge fabric warehouse, lots of potential finishing fabrics and rickrack and all kinds of stuff that you could use for finishing cross-stitch projects. Potential source for finishing fabrics. But there is also a store called The Plaid Sheep, which specializes in wools and rug hooking type things and stuff. So I went there. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was just enamored because they have the full set of sulky petite threads and Valdani threads. Those of you that have watched my channel recently know that I've been getting into punch needle, and punch needle with embroidery floss uses a lot of punch needle patterns, use a lot of Valdani flosses, and they're the first store that I have seen that has a large selection of Valdani threads. So I now have a source for sulky petites and Valdani threads here in Ohio. So I'm going to have to keep the Plaid Sheep on my radar going forward. But while I was there, I picked up a couple of 6-inch felt squares and cut them in half one way to add to my new Q-snap. So these kind of pinkish felt squares came from the Plaid Sheep as well. So that was, besides the Q-snap, the felt squares on here are ones that I picked up at the Plaid Sheep. So there you have it. This is Pattern Cats by Doreen Jones. This was a new start on Saturday of Camp GottaStitch. And that is all the stitching that I have, really. All the stitching updates that I have for you. Because I have not stitched. I did not stitch at all last week. I have not stitched since Sunday night at camp. It has just been kind of a busy week, what with the camp finishing up, getting home, having to pack, having to unpack, having to do laundry, having to catch up with life, and then getting ready for the board game convention. So I have not stitched all week. All right. So I talked about that, talked about that. All right, I will get back to those here in a minute. I did get the newest issue of the World of Cross Stitching magazine in the mail this week. I'm not going to do a walkthrough of this. If you go to Czook Stitch, Carolyn in Czook Stitch, she usually does a walkthrough of the World of Cross Stitching magazines and also some of the other magazines that she does get. So she will have a walkthrough of that. Some of the really cute things in here, they have these little kawaii summer type things. Look at the bikini and the flamingo. Look at the sandcastle and the bucket and shovel and the little shell. Some really cute summer type things in here. They have a crab and a donut and stuff. It's really cute. Didn't see a whole lot in this issue of the magazine that I'm thinking about stitching. There is this. It's called Path to Paradise. It is a full coverage piece. I may actually stitch that at some point in time. But there really wasn't a whole lot, honestly, in this issue of the magazine. This one is really neat. This is called Always and Forever. It's a little wedding cake kind of sampler. And if you look at the cake topper, it's two males. They also have the females charted, so you can do the females, or you can do a male and female by mishmashing them together. But this is a wedding sampler. It's called Always and Forever. And this was designed by Jacob DeGraff from Modern Folk Embroidery. So this is a Modern Folk Embroidery wedding sampler. It's just too cute. Just too cute. So thank you very much for that. That is the newest issue of the World of Cross Stitching magazine. I also just received the latest issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. Haven't really had a chance to flag some of the pieces in here, but there is a punch needle piece in here that I'm thinking long and hard about doing. And also a really cute Barbara Anna summer plant cross stitch pattern that is really cute. But the punch needle pattern that I may consider doing at some point in time is this one. It's called Born on the 4th. And it's this little rabbit, patriotic rabbit. He's pretty cute. It looks like they've used the punch needle at several different heights, the needle lengths, to make the rabbit's face and stuff a little more puffy than the rest of his body, and his hand and stuff like that, to make bits and pieces of it stick out. So I may be doing that. For punch needle, I'm probably going to try and get a patriotic piece going. This one came out of the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, the Summer 2021 magazine. This was patriotic hats. This is called Hats Off to the Red, White, and Blue, and they're in red, white, and blue. So I'm probably going to work on these 3 hats. They don't seem to be like they're going to be very big. Maybe only about 4x4 or 5x5. They're not going to be very big, but this is probably going to be one of my next punch needle endeavors, alongside of the rabbit from the most recent Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. So I have a couple of patriotic punches that I might be doing coming up. And that is really everything stitching related I have to show. Let me get a couple of these back in here so I don't misplace them. Alright, this goes back in here. Alright, this can go in here. And this can go back in here. Yay! Here is the backing fabric that I plan on using for the Progress Pride flag. It is a fabric quarter that I believe I picked up at Joann's. So that is going to be the backing for my Progress Pride flag. So anyway, that is all the stitching updates and haul and Camp GottaStitch updates that I have for you this time. So this past weekend, starting on Wednesday last week, my husband and I attended Origins Game Fair, which is a board game convention here in Columbus, Ohio. It starts on Wednesday and goes until Sunday, and it's rather large. Over 16,000 people attended this year's Origins board game fair. And we had a lot of fun. This is kind of our big expenditure for the year for my husband and I. We spend most of our saved up money at this event every year. Close to $1,000 is what we end up spending. That also includes parking and also includes food for the event and whatnot. And we just have a lot of fun. We know quite a few people that are board gamers, and we see a lot of friends from out of town, and also some friends in town that we haven't had the chance to see in quite a long time. We get to see at this convention, so it was a lot of fun. I am going to be inserting some of my Origins board game stuff for you, Origins Game Fair videos and pictures here. This is a picture of the board game area at the convention center for Origins Game Fair. This one is the Cabs Library checkout area where you can check out games for the weekend to play. This is a picture of the cab's library. All the games in the cabinets are available for checkout. And this is just another panoramic version of the game library, so you can see the amount of games that were available. Barley's is the bar across the street from the convention center. They give out pint glasses every year, and these are this year's pint glasses. This game is Hacienda. My husband and I were playing with our friend James on Wednesday night. And this is the stack of a couple of the games and a puzzle that we got as part of our stash. This was a fun little game called Ducks in Tow that we picked up on Saturday in the dealer's room at the convention center. So, I hope you enjoyed the little foray into Origins board game, or Origins Game Fair 2023. At the board game convention, Ravensburger Puzzles was there. It's called Ravensburger, not Ravensburger. Ravensburger Puzzles was there, and they were hosting the first ever Origins speed puzzle competitions. So they had 3 different competitions you could enter. They had the 4-person team competition, the 2-person team competition, and the solo team competition, or the solo competition. And it was putting together the puzzle the fastest. So they had 3 different puzzles for each of the events, or 3 puzzles, one for the 4-person team, one for the 2-person team, and one for the solo team that happened to be a custom puzzle, or the solo competition. And you get to keep the puzzle that you work on during the competition afterwards. So it was really kind of nice. Kind of on a spur of the moment thing, my husband and I signed up for the pairs competition on Saturday afternoon. I'd been kind of walking through and talking to the Ravensburger people and the USA Jigsaw people that were there that are normally competitors and stuff in all the different competitions around the country and whatnot. Just about, kind of how to get started in speed puzzling and this, that, and the other thing. And they were trying to encourage me to join in the competitions for the weekend. Well, I didn't have 3 other people to join me, but my husband said that he would do the pairs competition with me on Saturday. So we actually signed up for the pairs competition on Saturday. It was really cute. It was a Ravensburger Star Wars pattern. It's the Mandalorian. It was really cute. So anyway, what happens in the puzzle competition, this is my first ever and my husband's first ever and our first ever speed puzzle competition that we ever participated in my entire life. And so basically what happens is nobody knows what the puzzle's going to be until the competition actually starts. So at this competition, they passed out everybody's puzzle, and it was in a blue Ravensburger tote bag. And you couldn't open the tote bag until time started. So what you do is you open the tote bag. As soon as they say go and time starts, you open up your blue puzzle bag, you pull out your puzzle, you open the cellophane because it's a brand new puzzle, never been puzzled before. You take off the cellophane, you open up the box, you pull out the bag of pieces, you open up the bag of pieces, and you dump all the pieces out onto the table. And that's pretty much how you start. The first team, they had prizes, I think, for the first 8 teams. They had trophies for the first 8 teams and other prizes for the top 16 total. So the top 8 got trophies and a prize. The top 16 got a prize. So the next 8 after that got a prize. We were given an original thing of 2 hours to work on the puzzle. My husband and I finished ours in 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 11 seconds, which is pretty good considering this was the first ever speed puzzle competition we'd ever entered, and we thought we did pretty good. There were 42 teams. At least one team did not finish their puzzle at all. And we finished, I think, 34th out of 42 teams, which is pretty good. So there were still several teams behind us when we finished. And we felt pretty good about it. It was a lot of fun. So I'm actually going to put some of the speed puzzle competition information and everything that we participated in here. Hi everybody, this is exciting. This is Tina Frazier. I'm in Columbus, Ohio with my husband Dylan. Hi Dylan. And we are at Origins Game Fair here in Columbus, Ohio, downtown at the Convention Center. And Dylan and I entered our first ever, and my first ever, speed puzzling competition. So I'm going to turn you around a little bit here. We are at the Ravensburger booth, the speed puzzle competition area here at Origins Game Fair, and we are getting ready to start our first ever puzzle competition. So I'm going to turn the table around and show you, or turn the camera around and show you our table, space, and our entry card. All right, here we go. So we're at table 38, and here is our entry card. Tournament of pieces. We are Team Hacksaw. Alright, so there is a little inside joke into the name. There's a board game that Dylan and I play called Blockus, or Blockus, but I think it's Blockus. And you get these pieces, and your whole goal is to fit all your pieces on the board. And it gets really hard the more players you have, and also the more pieces that get on the board, because they can only touch on a corner. You can't touch side to side. And so we always term that game that's in our group, our gaming group, we always call that game the hacksaw game, because we always wish that we had a hacksaw so we could cut the pieces apart and place all our pieces on the board. So Dylan and I went with Team Hacksaw. So we are getting ready to start here at about 2 o'clock. We got about probably another 5 more minutes, and we're just kind of hanging out waiting. But anyway, so here is the puzzling competition area. There we go. Yep, puzzling competition area. We have all these people puzzling with us. So, and there's even tables behind us yet that are not yet filled. But anyway, these are the pairs puzzling competition tables. Origins 2023. Looking forward to it. So, we have yet to see what puzzle we're going to do, but I believe it's a Ravensburger puzzle, and I think it's a 500-piece puzzle.
It's got to be a Ravensburger.
They'll,
not going to use another brand.
Yeah, so it's a 500-piece puzzle, and they're giving us 2 hours to see like what time we can do it in. So here we go. We're getting ready to start our first ever speed puzzling competition with a Ravensburger puzzle here at Origins Game Fair. So hopefully we'll have some fun. See you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us. We have 42 pairs today, which is so awesome. You guys almost filled all the tables. Woo-hoo, great job. We will do little announcements first. Very first announcement is the puzzles are going to come on your table soon. They're going to be in a bag. Don't open the bag. If you do, you get disqualified, so just don't do it. Because it's going to be a surprise when we say go. That's when you get to open the bag and see what the puzzle is. So it's a surprise. That will be handed to you by Ravensburger, who is our huge sponsor for this event. So let's say thank you to Ravensburger. And we also want to say thank you to Gamma for putting on Origins and inviting us to do this for our very first time. So thank you, Gamma. For those of you who aren't familiar, myself, Allie, Valerie, and Faith are all part of the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association. Our fourth Tammy was unable to make it this weekend. But the 4 of us started up the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association in May of 2020. So we've been doing that for just over 3 years now. Last October we was our first national championship in San Diego, and we'll do so again in March of next year. So if you guys like this, check us out. We have all kinds of fun activities that we do. We will do some local things and some virtual things, so even if you have no puzzlers around you, you can still join us for puzzling. And we also are the kind of US contingent for the World Championship, which takes place in Spain this September. So, can I get a hands up for anyone who is doing this for the first time? If you did teams before, still put your hand up. so many hands. This is awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause for trying this out. That's so great. We're so excited you guys are willing to try this. Some of you are going to do it and just love it so much. So we're so excited for you to find out. But before we get started, we want to have the chance to already be a winner. We're going to do a quick little raffle. We're going to get the raffle tickets. But not only might you win a raffle, everyone still wins because you'll get to take the puzzle home with you when this is all done. So the raffle is going to be for these, what we call sprint puzzles that we did a little bit earlier this weekend, 100, 200, 300 piece puzzles. So if you call your raffle number, run on up and you can grab one of those puzzles. We'll do 3 of them. So the first one is 809792.
Ah.
All right, congrats. Just come talk to us afterwards. You're good. You go ahead and grab a puzzle right there. All right, the next winner is 809797. All right, is that the same table? Nice work. Not great. And the last winner, we already have 792, 797, 794. Awesome, congrats. Okay, awesome. So, with all of that done, we're going to talk about the rules really quick and then we're going to get started. While I'm talking about the rules, you have a timesheet on your table. If you can fill in your names, your team name, if you have one, your email addresses, that would be great.
So we have to put an email address.
So today's our pairs competition. It's going to be 2 hours long, 500 piece puzzle. And at the end of 2 hours, we'll talk about what happens if your puzzle's not done. As you saw, we have a ton of new people, so don't worry if it happens that your puzzle isn't done at the end. This happens all the time, but we hope that you all are able to finish it and enjoy it. So, when we are ready, we're going to count down from 5, and when we say go, we're going to start this big timer here, and you'll be able to open your bag and start puzzling. The timer up here is the official time we'll go by, but a lot of people like to have a timer on their table to reference, so feel free to do so with your phone or something like that. When you are about to finish your puzzle, if you give us sort of a little wave or something like that to kind of let us know that you're getting close to finishing, we're going to be walking around and having a good idea, but there's a lot of teams, as you can see. It helps us keep track. You guys might be surprised to know sometimes teams finish within like seconds of each other. So it can be tight sometimes. So give us that little hands up if you hear that little wave if you can. And when you're done, your hands need to come off the puzzle. So throw your hands up and shout done. That way we know you're not still finishing putting a piece in, and it'll be nice and clear to us that you're done. And then one of the monitors, either one of us with a national shirt on, someone in blue, or someone in purple, will be around to double check your puzzle's done, let you know your time, all of that. If you can't find your piece, your last piece is missing, there's just a 10-second penalty for that if you can't find it. So if you realize a piece is gone, note the time on the timer. We'll try to be doing the same with you. If after 10 seconds you can't find it, your time stops, so you don't have to wait around forever. If you find it sooner, your time is done sooner. At the end of 2 hours, if your puzzle isn't done, don't panic. We'll still count you. What we're going to do is count your unfinished number of pieces so that we know how many you've completed. Anything that's a cluster of 3 or more counts. If it's 2 pieces together, that doesn't count. Wait for someone to come to your table and give you instructions about how to kind of pile things to make it easier to count, and we'll go from there. So we'll count down and yell hands up if anyone's still puzzling them. Sorting trays, if you brought them, you can have up to 2 sorting trays. They're kind of under 16 by 11 inches. prizes. So we're giving away prizes for the top 6 finishers. So first through third are going to get some awesome trophies, and then also puzzle of their choice from the Ravensburger stash there. So even if you got Ravensburger already, you can choose the mold. That's fine. And then 4 through 6 are going to be able to choose their a sprint puzzle of their choice for each person. And we'll kind of do that as things are going. Special announcement before we get started. If you guys are around at 5 o'clock, there's actually going to be a Q&A, puzzling perspectives with Ravensburger. So it's really cool to hear so much, you guys, about the puzzling process, how they pick images, how they do all kinds of stuff. So make sure you join that at 5 o'clock in room A213. And with that, do you have anything else?
At this point in time, she was counting us down, or getting ready to count us down 5 seconds to the competition. This was a picture a friend of mine took of my husband and I puzzling during the competition. This was our completed Ravensburger Star Wars Mandalorian 500-piece puzzle. And then this was our entry ticket showing our completion time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 11 seconds. So that speed puzzle competition was a heck of a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. And if Ravensburger comes back to Origins next year, we are definitely going to enter the pairs team competition again, because it was a lot of fun. We had a blast. We enjoyed it. And, you know, who knows? Maybe we'll do a little better next year. Maybe we can place or do something. But it was a lot of fun. One of the YouTubers I watch, her name is Karen Puzzles. Her YouTube channel is Karen Puzzles. She does a lot of puzzling competitions where, you know, she knows some people, and if it's a pairs competition or a team competition, she'll meet up with some of them when she goes to these competitions and form teams and stuff. She normally solo puzzles, but and she'll time herself when she's working on puzzles at home to see how long it takes her to finish puzzles. But she collaborated with Ravensburger at some point in time, I believe last year, maybe the year before, to come up with a 3,000-piece puzzle. By Ravensburger. And I purchased it at Origins this year. I purchased the Karen's puzzle, the first ever. She has a second one that's now out, I believe, also by Ravensburger. And it was a collaboration puzzle between her, Karen Puzzles, and Ravensburger. So I do have the first Karen Puzzles Ravensburger puzzle now. It was on my wish. It's been on my wish list and I finally do have it on hand. I was able to buy it at Origins, so that was a lot of fun. I got to talk to some of the USA Jigsaw puzzle ladies at the event about, you know, puzzling and about Karen Puzzles and competitions and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'll be getting into speed puzzling, but my mom and I have a couple other puzzles now that we need to put together. We have I have to put together the Star Wars one with Mom that my husband and I used in the competition because we were given it. We were given the puzzle as kind of our thank you for joining our competition thing. And also, I have the 3,000-piece Karen Puzzles Ravensburger puzzle to put together, and a few other puzzles in our closet. So that was kind of a neat, fun puzzling experience. So going forward, you might actually hear me talk a little bit more about puzzle competitions and speed puzzling. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Had a blast the last weekend, say 2 weeks. It's been roughly 2 weeks. I've had a blast the last 2 weeks. It's been absolutely fun. Just stitching one weekend and going to a board game convention. But we were so tired. Sunday, it was a great day to just rest and relax. I actually mowed the yard that hadn't been mowed in 2 weeks, and we got back into life. Got back into work yesterday. Been off for like 10 days. It was great. It was just a lot of fun. So as far as everything like that, I talked to you about Camp GottaStitch. I did stitching updates, haul, Origins review, the puzzle competition. Plans for July. So those of you that have been following me for a little while know that I'm to Whip Go. This is just about an hour long. Here is my Whip Go board. All the squares outlined. My husband's bringing down food for Harvey, our cat, our long-haired cat. Is she over there? Oh, okay. But anyway, so here is my Whip Go board. The squares in blue, this one, and this one are the July squares. So for July, we have square 9, which for me is 2 Christmas ornaments. Square 13, which is free space. And square number 21, which is amid Amish life. So I have to finish 2 Christmas ornaments. And I have to finish amid Amish life. I just realized that I could use the Snowy Days Christmas thing that I got at Camp GottaStitch for this Christmas ornament. Yep. But anyway, the ones outlined are ones I have not yet finished. So I haven't done the 2 for March. It was Saltwater Scrapbook and Snow Village. I've only got 100 stitches out of the 500 in Saltwater Scrapbook. So I still need to work on that one for this square. And for this square, I need to work on Snow Village. Maybe I'll pull that out in July. Like a Christmas in July thing. April, we had square 5, which for me was Stitch Rovia Let It Snow. Again, Christmas. Didn't work on that. And Teresa Wensler Focus. Any Teresa Wensler Whip. Didn't pull that out. Then in May, did I finish May's? Yes, I did finish May's. Maybe. January, February, May. May were these 2 squares down here. I did finish May. June squares. Where's June? Was Sing a Song Sampler Do Re Mi. Whoops. Right here. Because I've been working on it on Sundays with Kelly from Don't Run With Scissors. We have a Sal, the Do Re Mi Sal. Or Sing a Sampler Sundays, because we stitch them on Sundays. I did finish this square early. It was to finish a box. I'm actually almost finished with my 2nd box this year. And then the other one was Long Dog Samplers. I have Long Dog Samplers upstairs on my scroll frame. I'm hoping to get stitches on this week. I have 500 stitch goal on this, so I'm hoping to get those done this week. It should go pretty fast once I get to stitching on it because it's using 1 strand of sulky thread over 2. So I'm hoping to get that done. And then, of course, July's is the 2 Christmas ornaments and the free space and 500 stitches on, excuse me, amid Amish life. So my plans for April are to actually get to stitching on that. The magazine monthly cross stitch Facebook group is they put out their theme and their acrostic for July. The theme is Safari. Not really sure what I'll pick for Safari out of a magazine yet. I don't know. But the acrostic, there is a short acrostic and a super challenge acrostic. So the short acrostic is hippo, which is short for the super acrostic, hippopotamus. So the goal is to match the letters of either hippo or hippopotamus up to your stitching projects and set a goal for those projects and complete them for the month of July. So the theme is Safari and the acrostic is hippo or hippopotamus for the magazine monthly challenge group on Facebook. Pop Culture Stitching has not released their acrostic yet. For July, on the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch Facebook group, the July acrostic challenge will come out, but I have the thing, so it's it'll come out around the 30th of the month. I know the acrostic challenge. I can't tell you just now because it's not quite the end of the month. But if you're in the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch Facebook group. They will put out what the acrostic is for the month. So I will be planning on doing that acrostic for July. And also in the Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group, they are doing Tour de France. Tour de France. And they have the schedule out for the 2023 Tour de France. It starts July 1st and goes until July 23rd. And you can stitch 3 different ways. You can stitch the yellow jersey, which is the entire Tour de France race. You can stitch just the sprint stages in green, or you can stitch just the climbing stages in the polka dot jersey. So here is the information. So here's the schedule, and you can see the red days. The red days are climbing days. So you can see here, the red days are climbing days, the green days are sprint days, and there are 2 rest days somewhere in between. You don't have to stitch, but you can catch up. You can actually catch up at any time. So if you're going to stitch the yellow jersey, which are the people that tend to do the entire Tour de France, your goal down here is to stitch 3,404 stitches. If you're doing just the red, the climbing stages is 2,377. And if you're doing the green, which are the sprint stages, you have to do 1,027 kilometers. So the whole goal is to take the number of kilometers on each length leg of the race and stitch those number of stitches. So some of them only have 100 or so stitches. Some of them have 200 and so stitches. It looks like the average, the smallest stage is July 18th with 22 kilometers. Don't ask me if that's a typo. I do not know. So that one you only have to stitch 22 stitches. I don't know what I'll do for Tour de France. I am kind of thinking of participating at least in some way of that. I have Whip Go, Tour de France. I'm going to be doing Magical Stitches, the monthly prompts. I am still way behind on the books. I'm going to be even another month behind on the books because I'm still on March's book. March or April's book. Yeah, I'm very behind. So, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of reading to catch up on for Magical Stitches. I'm going to be probably stitching in Magic Stitchdom. And I did join another stitching challenge Facebook group, Survival of the Stitching Village, with Alara the Stitcher. She's on, she's here on YouTube, Alara the Stitcher. I met her at Stitching in the Springs Retreat in Yellow Springs, Ohio. And I'll be seeing her again in November when Mom and I go to the Stitching in the Springs Retreat. But anyway, also at the end of this week, this coming weekend is July 1st, is when July starts. And I've got to get into my planners and start updating a lot of my cross stitch. I think my last cross stitch stitching update that I did and tracking was for either February or March. So I have April, May, and June's tracking numbers and whatnot to get into my planner. So hopefully the next video I will have some stitching stats for you and kind of where I am for the first half of 2023, since this coming weekend starts July and starts the second half of the year. So my goal is to have some of the stitching events and whatnot, the stitching numbers, stats, that's what I meant to say, some of the stitching stats for the year kind of tallied up for you so I can give you an update on where I am stitching wise. There may be a couple of new cross stitch starts. I did have one new start this month. That was the Pattern Cats by Doreen Jones. I'm also hoping to get Progress Pride Flag finished. I don't know if either one of those will happen, or I don't know if Progress Pride Finish will happen But I am also hoping to kind of catch up on some Whip Go stuff the next couple of weeks. So hopefully for my next video, I will have some more updates for you. But you can see here, this is my tracker sheet that I keep next to my stitching chair. There is not much on there. All these dashes are days in June that I did not stitch. All these days in yellow were the days I had off for Camp GottaStitch and for Origins Game Fair. But as you can see here, there was no stitching done at all. None. So June was a pretty light stitching month for me, and probably will remain a pretty light stitching month for me. But anyway, that is pretty much all I have for you. So some of my stitching plans include working in Survival of the Stitching Village. I'm on the team with Alara the Stitcher. We are the brewers. We run the brew shop, the tavern for the city, the village, and stuff like that. So we have orders to fill. There's pop-up challenges and stuff we're stitching for. It's kind of a lot of fun, kind of laid back, but we're kind of doing that. Magical Stitches, Magic Stitchdom, where you're stitching for your own amusement park, loosely based on Disney theme parks, and so we're doing that. Pop culture stitching challenges, the acrostic, I'll probably be doing that. I have to keep up with semi-sane stitchers. I was supposed to work on the semi-sane this or that, land or water, this month. If I think about it, I'll probably just come out and put in maybe 100 or a couple hundred stitches on Hidden Harbor so I can put in land or water for semi-sane this week. I need to do that by Friday. I'll probably be working on that a little bit, and then also doing the this or that focus for semi-sane next month. I don't quite yet know off the top of my head what it is, but I'll probably be doing that. Magazine Monthly Challenge, Whip Go, Pop Culture Stitching Challenges, 24 Hours of Cross Stitch, Survival of the Stitch Village, Magic Stitchdom, Magical Stitches, Full Coverage Fanatics, the Tour de France, Stitch Talk Haid Challenges. Don't really have any plans for that group just yet, but yeah, lots of stuff going on. Anyway, that is all I have for you today. It's a little over. This video is going to be long because of the Camp GottaStitch wrap up and also the Origins stuff that I have for you. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a good glimpse into what my life's been like the last week and a half, 2 weeks, and how busy it was. Origins Game Fair was a lot of fun. The speed puzzling competition was excellent. Had a great time. Loved it. I'm going to probably do one in the future again. I don't know how soon, but it'll be fun. Get to practice that, so I'm going to be digging out some puzzles to play with. We'll hopefully be doing some diamond painting. I did do some diamond painting before camp. I'm going to be digging that back out. Punch needle, all kinds of stuff like that, because I have some stuff that I'd like to work on for July and patriotic. But other than that, that's really all I have for you this week. So that being said, keep your head up and keep moving forward, because that's really all we can do. Keep on keeping on. Yeah. So don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell below so you'll be notified when my next video goes live. And hopefully we'll see you soon. That's all I got for you this week. And until my next video, take care. Keep on stitching and keep on crafting. Keep on playing your games, and just smile and know that you are loved. Know that you matter, and that if you need a mom hug, if you need love, if you need a safe place to come, look me up. I'll help you in any way I can. And that's all I have to say. So anyway, take care. We'll catch up with you later. Bye. Hi FlossTube friends, this is Tina Frazier just coming to you with a really quick little interlude update. I'm in the process of editing the video that I recorded the other night for you about camp and also Origins Game Fair. And I am, today in the mail, I got my Be Stitch Me Fabric of the Month. Be Stitch Me is a fabric and I believe floss dyer who puts all their fabrics on Facebook for sale. Brandy does the Friday Night Fight Night on her Facebook group, where she dyes fabric specifically for her Friday Night Fight Nights. And on a given Friday night, she will post starting around 10 p.m. Eastern time about she'll post the pictures of the fabric, including the count and how much it is. The first person to me please the picture gets the opportunity to purchase the fabric, and it'll go it goes to the next person in line if the first few people pass when they go through the entire thing. She usually invoices everybody either late Saturday night or Sunday, and she pays and then ships the following week. But I am in her fabric of the month, and I got this month's fabric in today. This is called Summer Sunrise by Be Stitch Me, and that color is very, very true to the color. I will take it out of the package and show you. I get the 40 count even weave. I've been trying to collect more 40 count fabrics because I'm finding that I really like stitching over two using one strand of floss on 40 count. But this is my piece of Summer Sunrise fabric. Look how gorgeous that is. It's absolutely beautiful. I really love the modeling in this color. But look at that. It's just absolutely beautiful. And it's super duper soft. And it's a 40 count even weave. So looking forward to figuring out something that I can stitch on this. It might be a fall piece. It might be a summer piece. It might be some of the Shannon Christine designs that we got, some of the summer pieces for that. I will have to look to see which ones might fit, and see if I can come up with something that this will fit. So I just wanted to add this to my video. This is the Be Stitch Me Fabric of the Month Color Club, and it's Summer Sunrise by Be Stitch Me. So really looking forward to that. I should hopefully be done editing the video here in a little bit tonight, and hopefully getting this uploaded for you, and hopefully you'll enjoy the video. You'll have to bear with me. The video is going to be probably a little over 2 hours long, but I've included Camp GottaStitch in it, and Origins Game Fair, and the speed puzzling competition from Origins Game Fair in it. So you will have to bear with me, and hopefully you'll enjoy the video, but I'm going to include this little snippet in there towards the end, so you'll see earlier rather than later that I did get the Be Stitch Me Fabric of the Month for this month. So I hope you guys are doing well, and we'll see you soon. Bye.